all okay and that you're all staying safe at this really difficult time. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be doing a love on lockdown reading, and this is going to be about your person and the person that they are currently with, their karmic partner, because I've had a few emails this week saying there's a lot of worry, a lot of concern about them being locked up in this kind of quarantine energy together, and what's actually happening in this quarantine. Are they getting closer together? Are they moving further apart? So this week we decided to do, we being me and my guides, decided to do a love on lockdown reading and find out what is happening in their relationships. So we've got 2 decks to pick from. One is a new one is an old favourite. This is deck number 1 and this is deck number 2. So how it works is obviously it works on the strongest mutual energy between you all. So I need you to go into your energy. So push your energy into your cards. Really feel the deck you're drawn to. Push your energy in from your heart. Feel it going in. That's lovely. Think about your person and do the same on that. So again, feel their energy. Feel it from your heart and push it in. And then we're going to just do a quick energy on the person they're with, because it will link their energies together. So think about the person they're with and try and just kind of push it in, but don't necessarily go from your heart, just push it in. That's lovely. Stop. Okay, deck number 1, deck number 2. Let's do this. So as I said, it works on the strongest mutual energy between you all, regardless of your individual circumstances. So if anything doesn't resonate, just remember it for a later date, because it will come up, most likely to come up. And if it doesn't resonate then, it's probably that you're not part of the strongest mutual energy that everyone else is. So deck number, oh okay, we've got a little bit of a block going on. Can we get into deck number 1's energy? Okay. Think about your person for me. I've got Enya, Sail Away, Sail Away. I don't actually know what that song is called, but the one that goes sail away, sail away, sail away. It's like your person is trying to float away from the problems that they're having at the moment with the person that they are with. Okay, can we link your people's energy to the person that they are with? Lovely. And can we pull out the strongest mutual energy on what is currently happening in the lockdown of those people and their karmic partner? What's the current lockdown energy? Okay. What is the current lockdown energy of the people? 4, 5. Okay, and what's really happening? It's interesting because the first set of cards are coming up from your the karmic person's point of view, and then the second bunch is actually what is going on. Okay. So you lot watching are going to be feeling that there is a lot of playing happy families going on. You might be seeing stuff on social media which is inclining the two of them being together, that everything is great in this lockdown, everything is perfect. Now, from the karmic person, the person that they are with, they are really viewing this as a bit of bonding time between the two of them. Now, your person is feeling quite opposite in their affection towards them. So the karmic, in a sense, is like, oh, I love you. This is a brand new beginning for us. We can be together. Everything's going to be great. We've got time, just the two of us, to set the world alight again and really start to be together as one once more. However, this is a very kind of delusional energy that they've got going on. Your person's been very good at masking their emotions. They've been hiding away from these feelings, hiding away from making a scene with with the person that they are with. They've been really hiding away from things. So the karmic person that they are with really feels that this is kind of a new beginning for them. They're having this new chance, they're having this new breath of fresh air. Now your person is feeling the opposite. So your person is actually, while the karmic is kind of suffocating them, they really are feeling this, oh my God, I've got to do something about this situation because this isn't the person that I want to be with. And they're really having this time of analysing and processing their emotions, and they do feel very suffocated. Like even for me, it's hard for me to take a breath at the moment, because of the suffocation that your person is feeling. So the karmic person is all like, everything's great, everything's perfect, we're going to be starting again, we're building up our kind of family unit again. And your person is a bit like, well, you're actually kind of smothering me, you're suffocating me. In some senses as well, I'm hearing the word demasculating. So this is working with the masculine energies. But remember, normally we're not gender specific or sexually orientated, but the word demasculating is really kind of being thrown in here for the men and women relationships. So they're saying that the karmic person is demasculating your person, and what they mean by that is they're saying little comments to your person which is making them think, hold on a sec, do you actually like me for who I am? You're making me feel like you are kind of in charge of me. You're not focusing on yourself, you're focusing on what you want me to be, not who I am. You're trying to make out that I am this person that you've created in your mind, and you don't actually know the real me. Now you lot watching know the real them, but they are getting quite annoyed with this karmic person, really devaluing them, you know, with regard to work, with regard to fitness, with regard to health. They're kind of putting the seeds in motion, stirring the pot a little bit, saying, oh, you know, you can be what you want, you can do what you want, but then at the same time, I need you to do this, need you to do that. And your person is finding it, again, this kind of suffocating energy happening. So there is this mix-up going on between your person and the karmic energy. So like I said, the karmic energy feels that this is a really good start for them, that they can start again, they can break this negative cycle that they've been going through. The karmic and your person haven't been happy for a long, long time, but they've been acting very much on, let's keep the social value going, let's pretend we're a wonderful, happy family unit, let's not talk about anything, because if we talk about things, then we've actually got to do something on them. So this lockdown that's happened with you and your person, the person and the karmic's feeling that this is going to be what sorts them out, but it couldn't be further from the truth. Now one of my clients, one of my regulars, he messaged me and said that there's been some statistics that are showing that this is actually this lockdown is going to lead to more divorces than it is babies. And this is kind of the case going on here. So if you've got this fear that this is going to be bringing them closer together, everything that this karmic person wants, we suggest that you kind of try and cut it if you can. Try to release those fears, because you don't want that coming into some kind of manifestation. They are getting smothered, they are feeling suffocated, and they are struggling with the situation. Now they know that they have a number of choices to make, they have a number of decisions to make, but they're not quite sure how to go about it at this moment in time. They're feeling like everything, the world's really been turned upside down. They had everything, you know, if you're having a proper third-party relationship before this all happened, they were having a great time, everything was going really well, and then this has really kind of come and hit them in the face and given them a bit of a curveball. They are feeling very alone still. So even though this karmic energy of this lady or man is thinking, well, everything's great, this is really time for us to analyse what we want and work towards a future, your person is trying not to let that infiltrate them. They really put their blocks up, they put their guard up, and they're not letting them in. Now, on the other side of things, the flip side of this is where the karmic person's energy is going to come in, that they're up to something. Okay, so there is going to be a little bit more monitoring of your person going on. The karmic is going to realise that they've, you know, like I said, they want this happy new beginning, they want everything to be perfect. It's not going that way, and they will then realise that something is actually deeper in this relationship, there's more going on, and your person is still feeling very lonely and very sad and very confused by everything. So the karmic is going to start getting these emotions in their stomach, this gut instinct is going to start kicking in and saying, something isn't quite right in this relationship, what's actually happening? This is a chance for us to really spend time together as the couple or a family or whatever your individual circumstances are, and your person's really got this wall up and these blocks up, so it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Now your person is really floating away from the problems, hence this Enya song at the beginning, sail away, sail away. They're just going to pretend to take a step back from it, they're going to float away in their heads. There's a lot of daydreaming going on, there's a lot of thinking about what could be, where could be, what could happen, what do I actually want in my life, is there something that I want to stay in, and your person is adding 2 and 2 and making 10 at the moment. So there's a lot of processing, but potentially a lot of over processing processing and over analysing going on with your person. They're really thinking through their situations, thinking through how to get a way out of it, because they don't want to stay where they are, but they don't want to let anyone down, they don't want to hurt anyone, but more than anything they're just feeling this really intense pressure from the karmic person. So if you guys are still in contact, if you can try to take the foot off the gas and be all fun and flirty and you know, play that kind of role to help them escape what's going on, that would actually work out really well in your favour at the moment, rather than pressurising them about who they're with, what they're up to, what's going on. It would be good if you could kind of take the pressure off them a bit, because they do feel very smothered with the person they're with, and you don't want to be a smothering effect on top, because that really will kind of put a dampener on everything. They're thinking through what they want. They're thinking through, is this family unit really what I want? Can I be in this? This isn't right for me. I don't feel good. You know, maybe for the first few weeks to begin with, it was okay because I felt like we were having a bit of a holiday, that I didn't have to have any pressures about work. I could get up and do what I wanted. You know, even though some of them are still working, it's that kind of energy of the beginning of the lockdown. It was kind of a bit like they felt that they had this relief that they didn't have to get up and do a normal day's work and have a normal life. But now it's really wearing on them. It's kind of had the opposite effect, and it's really starting to make them see things in black and white. And before, it was this kind of grey area when it came to them and their karmic person. You know, it was this grey area of, I don't want to hurt anyone, I don't want to hurt my family, I don't want to hurt my kids. Whereas now it's becoming this black and white of, I'm not very happy where I am, I don't know if I can keep this on, I need to really think about drawing this to a close. So they're really heavily burdened by the fact that they feel they should let this family go, let this kind of connection go with this karmic person. Will they take moves into it? This is something that's really going to be happening after lockdown. It's not something that's going to be happening now. But what is happening at this moment in time is this really strong analysing of, this is not where I want to be. And the karmic person is going to be getting their knickers in a twist over it, because they thought everything was going to be wonderful, everything was going to be happy. The kids were going to be, if kids are involved, the kids were going to be really loving spending this family time together, and your person has put this brick wall up and realised that this isn't where they want to be. This is not who they want to be locked down with. Again, with that kind of demasculating energy, you might feel that you might see some stuff on social media that the karmic will be posting. Again, it's this kind of demasculating thing. They're trying to claim their territory over what is going on, and again, it's because they thought everything was going to be great for the two of them when they started out down this road of lockdown, that they could really rebuild this relationship, realizing it's not working. And therefore, if they're not getting the reassurance from your person, they're going to try and stake their claim over your person on social media and get reassurance from other people on social media that this is the greatest relationship in the world. And it's not. It's not working. It's really not working, but your person has got to start making some moves on it. The karmic is getting more clued up to things, potentially not yet, but in the next couple of weeks they will be really getting clued up to what's going on, realising that it isn't actually working, realising that your person is hiding a lot from them, that they're not being their authentic self, that there is more going on to this than what meets the eye. Let me just see what's going to happen between the two of them, if there's a sign of a breakup on your mutual energy. Is there a sign of a breakup with the karmic and their person in this mutual energy? Ooh. So there's definitely a watching. There's definitely a seeing what's happening. There's definitely a, I don't fully trust you, what are you hiding from me? And there's definitely potential and room here for this to come to a close. There is no physical sign of a breakup as your collective energy. Okay, so that doesn't mean that won't happen. It's just that in this lockdown afterwards, there isn't a sign of the breaking up just yet, but it could come further down the line. We could look at that in your individual readings, but as your collective energy at the moment, there is no sign of a breakup, but they are still really holding on to the situation, realising that it's not working out, but trying to protect what they've worked towards. And if this does end, it's not going to be because of them and their person and the love, it's going to be ending because it isn't working. You know, it's not working between the two of them, and they won't grieve the loss of the person, they will grieve the loss of their hopes and dreams kind of coming to a close, because when they got with this person, you know, they planned this life of happiness, marriage, perfect, children, the whole family package, the nice house, the picket fence, yada yada yada, all earthly kind of crappy stuff. They really thought that that was what's going to happen. Now this relationship is worn and drained and not working. When it comes to a close, eventually majority of you guys, the person will break up with them. It's not coming up yet, it would be further down the line, but when it happens, it's not going to be the loss of the person they're grieving, it's going to be the loss of the hopes and the dreams. And that is deck number one. So lockdown is going to be, it would be interesting to be a fly on the wall in that relationship, see what was really going on, but it's not working, it's not looking good. The karmic has a lot of hope that it will work out. Your person is really getting this brick up, wall up, analysing that they aren't happy, analysing what they want. No sign of a breakup yet, but further down the line it is likely with the majority of you that you and the person and them are going to come to a close, because it's not going to last. But again, if you wanted to look at individual breakups, just drop me a message. That's where your collective energy is at the moment. And that is deck number one. So I'm going to have a breather for a minute and then I'm going to do deck number two. Okay, deck number two, let's do this. So like I said on deck number one, it works on the strongest mutual energy between you all. We're going into all your people's energy, all the karmic's energy, and we're going to pull out the strongest mutual energy between you all. How many times can I say energy in one sentence? That's how we work. That's why we use two decks, because if you put your energy in it right, it works better as a kind of a personal reading than oh, this could happen and that could happen. Okay, so think about your person for me, which is why it's a pain to watch the shuffling, but if you do it, you'll get the correct energy on it. Okay. Can you link their person's energy to their karmic person that they are with? Okay, we've got a little bit of a block here. I just need my guides to go and clear that block. Karmic is not letting us in, so let's just see. Thank you. It's okay, sometimes there can be a little bit of an energy block as we try and get into people's energy, but they do allow us in. Just sometimes, if they didn't allow us in, I wouldn't be able to do it. But sometimes there can be teeny weeny blocks. It could be blocks from not wanting to know the truth, not wanting to know what's going on, yada yada yada. It's no biggie. Okay, let's do this. So can you tell me what is currently happening with their people watching, person, and the karmic? What's going on in this lockdown? What is going on in this lockdown? Oh, you got 10 of Wands as well. Deck number one got 10 of Wands. What is happening in this lockdown? 4. So this is a clear divide of a split relationship, and it looks like they're both really focusing on their individual selves and not focusing on them as a partnership. Because there isn't really much of a partnership left. They are more like friends than lovers. They're more friends than lovers. So with regard to their partnership and what's happening between the two of them, there really isn't that much going on. They are living kind of very separate lives. Even though they could be locked down together, there is a very separate life thing going on. And the only reason these two kind of bond together or are together is because of children. So very separate lives happening, trying to still hold it together, but it is really surface level. There is a need for more than this. Your person has really got this thirst for life, and they're not getting it in this relationship. This relationship, again, like I said, is like brother and sister, two friends, nothing really more than that going on between the two of them. So this is, at this moment in the lockdown, they're not doing that bad, because that is the situation they are in. It's not all we've rekindled, we love each other, everything's perfect. It is, okay, this is where we are, this is what's happening, let's just deal with it, and then once it's over, it's done, and we can both carry on with our individual separate lives, even though we are together. So there isn't a love energy coming up at all in any of this. You only have one cup card, and that cup card is the Knight of Cups, and this is aimed towards you. This is the escapism, okay? So their relationship is very strained, it's very boring, it's a very comfy slipper relationship. You know, I spoke about this before, where you are like this beautiful, sparkly, bright pink Kurt Geiger stiletto with lots of sparkly diamondy bits, and the person they are with is like a comfy slipper. It's good for cold nights, it's a little bit boring, but when things go wrong, it's okay, they put the slippers on, stable. You know, when you get home and you want to just wear your pyjamas, it's a bit like that, their relationship. There's no love lost between the two of them. In fact, there is no love here between the two of them. There is a love on a friendship level, but if you're thinking, what, you know, they're sowing the wild oats, or that they're really head over heels in love with their person, you're not, it's not right. This is just sticking together for the kids. I just got Blink 182, stay together for the kids. That's what's happening. So your person is still reaching out towards you. If you haven't heard from them yet, you will do in a matter of days or weeks, okay? It's not long. There is this very strong love for you, plus escapism from where they are, and it's coming back towards you. Now, there is also this kind of burdened energy over here. There seems to be a lot of pressure on your people and this relationship, and this could be simply from like teaching the kids at home, or money, finances, things like that. There's a lot of burdens going on, but it's not burdens with this relationship, because as far as this relationship goes, it's pretty dead end. Your person is doing this escapism, definitely escapism. This kind of Knight of Wands energy can sometimes be a little bit of a player, but really this is just the sexual energy that they have towards you. So not only do we have this love-based energy, we also have this sexual-based energy, this non-committal, I can't commit to you because I am where I am, but I do love you. And this is what's happening in their energy towards you. So in their relationship, nothing is going on other than they've got a little bit worried by finances and burdens and kids and things like that. They know there's got to be an end in the cycle somewhere. They've been playing this kind of game for quite some time, and it does feel to be a game, but with no headway, no answers, just kind of staying put in this stable, secure relationship. But it's not happiness, it's not a happy relationship, it's very boring. Your person is really getting this kind of thirst for life. Where they are at the moment in this lockdown, they aren't very happy, they're feeling low, and they know that they want to start doing something better with their lives. So you might find that your person is going to try and start bettering themselves, and what we mean by that is they might do some further studying, they might go and look at some courses, they might see what's happening in the big wide world, that they can further themselves, because they don't want to be stuck in this place forever. And at the moment they do feel that they are going to be stuck here for some time, and they don't want to do that. So they're going to take this opportunity in this lockdown to push themselves forward in the direction that they want to go. And again, this is why the relationship is very split between the two of them. They really do kind of think more about themselves than they do the other person, and the other person is also the same way around. They think more about themselves and the kids than they do, if they've got kids, than they do about your lover. So your lover's really working out what they want, what direction they're going to go in, furthering themselves, furthering their abilities. They're ticking along. The karmic is okay. It's an okay relationship, but there's nothing here. It's dead. It's as dead as a doornail. There really is nothing going on between the two of them. They know that they've got to start igniting passions, that they really shouldn't be in this relationship. They should be really looking for things that have got more meaning, a deeper purpose in life, but they're staying put for the time being because of the stability that goes with this. And there really isn't that much more to say. That if you're worrying that they're having rampant sex and everything's great and perfect, it's a no. If you're worrying that they're all loved up and they're going to get closer together and there's going to be children being born and things like that, it's a no. It really is two people living together but living very separate lives. They'll sit down, they'll sometimes eat together, they'll watch the TV together, they'll talk. That's kind of the extent of this relationship. There's nothing more really here. The karmic has got more feelings for your person than your person has got for them. That's because there's a lot of hopes and dreams. I kind of said that a little bit in deck one, but there's a lot of hopes and dreams your person had when they chose to be with your person. So the karmic had a lot of hopes and dreams with your person when they chose to get together, and they're still kind of holding on to that kind of, we can do this, we'll pull through. They're not going to break up with me because we've been together however long, and it's going to just stay put. There's stability, and they're not going to just back off and go find someone else. With that, there doesn't seem to be, the karmic doesn't seem to be worried that there is anyone else in this, but again, that's because they're living two very separate lives, and the karmic isn't fully aware that there is someone else involved in this. Even on the emotional level, sexual level, the karmic has no idea. Even if they're not being intimate together, again, the karmic still has no idea. They feel that your person wouldn't go out of their way to have an affair or cheat or anything like that. They feel that they would just stay put with them because they have everything they want, you know, on paper. But it's dull and it's boring, and it really is kind of a lot of people's idea of being trapped in a relationship. Let's see if there's any sign of a breakup between you and the person and the karmic. Is there any sign of a breakup between their person and the karmic? Any sign of a breakup? Yeah, very trapped energy, still trapped. I just got a Sweet Temptation. Was that by, I can't remember, was that the Beatles? It wasn't the Beatles, was it? Any sign of a breakup? Okay, so there looks like there will be a breakup eventually between the karmic and your person, but not yet. So at the moment you kind of have this really sticky, stagnant, stuck energy of, I'm not going to do anything, I'm going to stay put. Again, stability, security, weighing up their options, balancing, and Spirit just showed me a tightrope. They're really kind of just walking this tightrope at the moment, hoping that it's going to work one way or the other. Still staying put. However, as time progresses, and you're probably looking, you're getting a 6 as your collective energy, so it'll be 6 months. Feels to be roughly around 6 months for the collective of you. There is a divorce coming forward, okay, or a breakup, or a karmic energy kind of clearing. So this would suggest that you and your it could be 6 years as well, but the majority of you, you're looking at a 6-month kind of period for this to make at least moves in the way of breaking up. So it's kind of really both of them are still hanging on to this last leg of the journey, that they want to call it quits. They don't want to call it quits yet, but they will want to call it quits because there's this thirst for life, and they're not bonding, they're not together, they're not close, they're just kind of ticking along with it, but it's not working. It's not working, because how can it work when you're on, you know, 2 separate pathways but holding together? So the majority of you, that does look like there will be a breakup in this deck in a 6. So yeah, could be June as well. 6 months, 6 weeks, 6 years, June, something along those lines. There does look to be, if it's not a full breakup, at least it's the seeds of getting a breakup in place. You know, it's going to be heading towards a breakup. So you guys have really got nothing to worry about in deck 2, mundane, boring, fed up, 2 separate lives, holding on in there, but nothing progressing from that. And that is deck number 2. So my turnaround time is down. The reason for that is because I am at home all the time and I am working all the time. So if you want to book a reading, and now is your time to do it, because I've really brought the turnaround time down quite well. We're on 7 to 14 days for turnaround times, and this is the lowest it's probably been since I started the channel, because like I said, I'm working non-stop. So if you want me, just give me a shout. I'll put all the details in the description for you. I love you all lots, and stay safe, and I'll speak to you all soon. God bless, guys. Bye.